So we have another concept that starts with co, just like collinear, where points that shared a line. We have an idea of coplanar. So grab my highlighter. So coplanar, again, we have that prefix co means to share, and planar is just a plane or a flat surface, right? So coplanar means anything that is together or shares a single flat surface or a plane. Okay, so anything that falls on a flat surface. All right, so let's look at this. Given points A, B, and C are coplanar. Okay, these are coplanar points. They all fall on the same plane. And then underneath it says A, B, and C are collinear, right? So here's just an idea. There's collinear because they line up. So in fact, I'm going to grab my pen here. And so the collinear is the red line part, okay? Collinear is the fact that they line up. Coplanar is the fact that they share this flat plane surface, okay? Looking at the next example, here we have A, B, and C are coplanar. Yes, they share a flat surface. A, B, and C are all on the flat surface. But if we look at the next requirement, they are not collinear because we're going to see that A, B, and C do not fall on a single line. Okay? So we're just going to practice recognizing whether things fall on the same line and plane or not. So let's look at some examples. So it says, what makes points coplanar? Okay, coplanar. What makes things coplanar? So coplanar is things that share a plane or a flat surface. So an example of this right now, many of you might be sitting at a table or a desk or even like on your bed. Those places you're sitting, the desk, the table, the bed, that's a plane, that's a flat surface, right? Coplanar would be all the things that are sitting on the bed or on the table with you. So like all the pens and pencils that might be on the table, or maybe there's a notebook and a sheet of paper and you're sitting on the bed. So you would be coplanar with those things. Excuse me. Now it wants me to sketch a plane. So I've got to get my pens out here. So sketch a plane. So I'm going to draw my plane. Start with the basics. There's my plane. So you should really be copying some of these problems down into your notebook. You know, you don't need all of them, but these are good memory jogs, so you don't have to come back to the video all the time. So I'm going to sketch a plane, and then they want me to call that plane X, Y, Z. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and X, Y, Z. So I'm going to go ahead and label them X, Y, and Z. Okay, now it wants me to have line AX. Well, I've got an X, but I don't have an A. So I'm going to have to throw an A on my picture now. So it goes with the X. Okay? And then I need to do another one and call it ray BC. Now what's important here is they all want it to be coplanar, which means everything I draw needs to be on the plane. If it asks for something to be not coplanar, it will have to fall off the blue surface and be not coplanar. So let's look at this. So I need AX. So let's go ahead and add an A over here. And I need a line that goes through those two things. So I'm going to, in my red, connect and make sure I'm very clear that that is a line. The next thing I need to do is do ray BC. So remember, my ray starts at B and moves towards C. Well, notice I don't have a B or a C on my picture anywhere. So now I have to add a B and a C that is coplanar so that I can draw these items. You can put them wherever you want. This is creative freedom. I don't care where you put this stuff. So maybe I'll put B over here and C down here. And then my ray starts at B right there. The B starts the ray. So my ray's got to go through C and go in that direction. So if I look at it, I've sketched a plane in blue. I've named it XYZ in green. And then my red line and my purple ray are coplanar. They both objects share the blue surface. What would it look like if points A, B, and C were coplanar, but D was not coplanar? Okay, so well, to be able to talk about coplanar, I need a plane. So let's just start with that. If I'm gonna have coplanar, I better have a plane, right? So it says that A, B, and C are coplanar, D is not coplanar. So let's start with the things I do know. I know I have an A, a B, and a C that need to be on the plane. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them live right here, happy little points, put them on there. A, B, and C share that plane, they're coplanar. D is not coplanar, so D needs to live off the blue surface. So maybe D lives down here below the blue surface, right? Like, so maybe the blue is the tabletop and D is below the table, like at the floor, okay? It's below the blue surface. That is not coplanar, it is off the plane. So kind of, that picture helps answer question 4. It says, if planes extend forever, where would point D be located to be not coplanar? So it might be easiest just to think about living in a 3-dimensional reality, okay? So to help explain this, maybe I think of, later on we're going to be talking about, we're going to use cubes a lot to help us picture where things are. So maybe I have this cube, right? And maybe that blue plane, ABC, is up here at the top. It's this big flat surface at the top, right? Well, for D to not be on that plane, it can't be on the top of that box. It's got to live somewhere else. So maybe D lives in this lower corner below the blue surface, right? It is not on the same plane as ABC, because ABC is the top of the box, where D is on the bottom of the box. And if we're talking about flat surfaces, that's like the tabletop and the floor. They're not going to hit each other, they're on different planes. I know that might be a little confusing, but we'll get more practice with that. So just again, think of planes as flat surfaces, and coplanar and collinear are objects that either share a line or share a plane.